This video was sponsored by Delete Me. This Brad Pitt scam is definitely one of the craziest amounts of money I've seen on a dating scam. I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson. I do a lot of privacy consulting, helping people unfortunately have been scammed or have their identity stolen or something horrible like that. So my buddy says, have you seen the Brad Pitt scam? I had not, so we're gonna watch it right now.
Doing a double take? Yeah, because that's not actually Brad Pitt. And he's not actually posing for pics in a hospital.
Boy, you're in the know.
A 53-year-old French woman says these images, created with AI technology, scammed her into forking over $850,000 to someone she believed was an ill Brad. The woman detailed the con in an interview with 7 to 8 on French TV channel TF1, which was removed from the channel's platforms after she says she was cyberbullied over falling for the scam. She claims a person posing as the actor's mom DM'd her on Facebook, and a month later, the fake Brad started communicating with her himself, asking her to marry him, ditch her husband, and help him out with some medical bills he says he couldn't afford because his money was tied up in his divorce to Angelina Jolie. In the sit-down, the woman explains that, quote, "At first I said to myself that it was fake, that it's ridiculous. But I'm not used to social media, and I didn't really understand what was happening to me." The woman, who was married to a millionaire at the time, ended up leaving her husband to pursue a relationship with the faux Brad, and was duped into sending over the cash. As for how she finally caught on to the scam, when she came across a snap of the A-lister with his girlfriend, Inez de Ramon. She has reportedly filed a police report.
All right, this is super sad. I mean, this is ridiculous. She fell for it, but still super sad. I mean, these scammers, they're dirtbags, obviously hurt people. $850,000, goodness gracious. So what do we know? Well, first, probably not a celebrity is going to reach out to you or me to somebody else, or their mom reaching out to you or me to somebody else. Obviously, celebrities have armies of teams that work for them, and they have a lot of money, so they're not going to need some woman to help with, what was it, knee surgery, leg surgery. I mean, gosh, and she left her husband and everything. You know, when I see this, I think, one, trust but verify. Anytime something seems out of the ordinary, like if I get an email from American Express that says, hey, we need you to click here for your credit card to do whatever, I never click on the email. I always look it up or just look on the back of my American Express card and call that number. Well, in this case, I guess you're probably not gonna be able to call Brad Pitt, but you could still reach out to a publicist or still reach out to somebody, or just have common sense that Brad Pitt is not gonna be reaching out to you, or his mom is not gonna be reaching out to you. It's the old thing where if the Nigerian prince is offering you $50 million, probably not really a Nigerian prince who's going to offer you $50 million. The deepfakes, there's AI face swapping these days where they can take anybody's body and put your face and it looks super, super good. So that obviously isn't hard to do a deepfake or an AI face swap where they put any celebrity's face on any kind of body, which is why if you see a picture and your loved one is like, hey, I'm in the hospital, I need you to send me $850,000, you're going to call your loved one on their phone and you're going to say, hey, are you really in the hospital? I just got a picture texted to me. Even if they call you too, if somebody calls you and says, hey, you know, I'm in a car accident, I need you to bring me $15,000 cash, but you're gonna drop it off to a guy named Joe behind a dark alley at 3 a.m. in a paper bag, hang up the phone and call and say, hey Bob, were you really in a car accident? You can never trust text coming to you, never trust phones if it is somebody asking you for money. If it is somebody claiming there's some emergency situation and I need you to wire me $50,000 overnight. And another thing you should do, which brings me to today's sponsor, something I use, you've got to make sure your stuff is being monitored online. Basically, Delete Me takes the headache out of online privacy. They hunt down and remove your personal data, which is crucial these days. So they remove things like your address, your phone number, and those, you know, creepy people search sites so that you don't have to waste hours upon hours doing it yourself. So you get a huge relief knowing that your information is being scrubbed from the web constantly. So this isn't just a one and done deal, which is super important. Delete Me provides continuous monitoring and removal, keeping your data safe for the long term. So if you're serious about taking back control of your online privacy, I highly recommend checking out Delete Me. I use it myself. And because you're a part of my audience, you can get an exclusive 20% off. Just head over to joindeleteme.com/Hanson. And remember, this service is for those who are 18 and older, but definitely take that step for online privacy that you should absolutely be doing. One other thing when it comes to these scams, if you do make a mistake, if, heaven forbid, you give somebody your information, well, here's one thing you need to do. Freeze your credit. Super easy to do. Go to Experian, go to TransUnion, go to Equifax, put a credit freeze. That way, in the event you have the world's dumbest brain freeze, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get you whatever. Somebody can't go use your credit to buy a house. They can't open up a bank account. They can't buy a car. I've had my credit frozen since I was in my early 20s, so a long, long time. I used to have to mail stuff in. Now you can do it online. So definitely freeze your credit report. And guess what? If you have to use it, like if you go buy a car, well, they give you a PIN number. You enter that PIN number and you say, hey, I want to lift the freeze for 48 hours. That way the car company can check my credit and then it goes back on. So please do these things, protect your online privacy, freeze your credit, verify, verify, verify. The next time Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Cindy Crawford, whoever reaches out to you and they need money, I would try see if it's real first. Okay, that's it. I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson. Be careful. Way too many scammers in this world. Way too many dirtbags. So think before you act.